for the notification. No angel's gonna hear your cry for help. For the Biff, yes, for the Biff. What's up, CB? I still haven't seen that full video yet on Twitter. I've seen it a couple times, like just glancing through it, but like I haven't seen it yet. But yes, for the Biff. Or what was the other one? Be like what was the other one? Be the Biff or be like the Biff, something like that. I'm trying to get the link into the Discord. All right, well, yeah, we'll just get things underway. You guys know I don't like to keep you guys waiting, but welcome everybody to tonight's stream. It's gonna be a fun one tonight. Obviously, we did one on Monday when the chase was announced, and I'm probably gonna be calling it playoffs for much be like the Biff. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call this playoffs just because I've been used to saying that since for almost a decade now. So even though if you were here with my stream last week or on Monday, you would know that I would have preferred they would have kept the playoffs just because I think from a just a simplicity standpoint, a marketability standpoint, I think it'd be better to. I mean, yes, Chase is NASCAR centric. It is a better name in my opinion, but I think it'd be number one easier for people to understand. Okay, this is a playoff system. Okay, this is the playoffs. Instead of saying, "Oh, this is the chase." So what's the chase? It's NASCAR's version of the playoffs. I had one friend say, "Yeah, it's a postseason." No one calls it the postseason. They all call it playoffs. So they can be like, "Oh, well, they called it playoffs." You know what I mean. Also, be easier to market teams as playoff teams rather than chase teams. But I'm nitpicking. So yeah, we're gonna do two things tonight. We are going to do my 2026 chase predictions, not playoff predictions anymore, chase predictions. And around 8 o'clock, because I was gonna do it around 7, but I want to give myself an extra 10 minutes because I feel like I'm gonna really dive deep into some of these predictions. We're gonna be doing some iRacing dirt at Knoxville. It is going to be a disaster. It is going to be hilarious. So I hope you guys tune in for that. And I'll let you guys see what my paint scheme is going to be for tonight's race. So, for any of my South Florida people out there, if you guys don't know, I live in South Florida. I live in the county of Broward. I live about 15 minutes away from Miami. Well, Miami-Dade to be more specific. I live about 45 minutes out from the city. And anyone who lives in South Florida will automatically know that face right there. Flanagan's. My friends, my inner circle, we call him Green Man. And yep, green. This is the paint scheme right here. It is my favorite restaurant to go to. Great deals, great food at actual affordable prices, which, hey, restaurants, you want more people to show up? Make the food affordable. Don't charge me $20 for some chicken tenders. And thankfully, Flanagan's does just that. So we are running the Flanagan's paint scheme today. It is a beautiful paint scheme. You can even see here we got the daily downforce there as well, and some of the other contingencies as well. FAR USA, the racing series I announced for down here. FIU, my alma mater for my masters. Funko, because I'm obsessed with Funkos, and of course another Flanagan's. But yeah, this is the truck that I will be running tonight. Just like the real truck race in Knoxville. Dash, I am debating. Chat, let me know. They already announced the qualifying format for the series I race for and announce for sometimes. They already announced the qualifying format, which is going to be heat racing because, dirt. I am debating. Do I just sit back and start last and basically let everyone else in front just wreck? Or do I actually try to qualify? I'm debating. I think I'm going to start last and then just let everyone wreck in front of me, especially because I have pretty much no dirt racing experience. So that's why I'm thinking about doing that, because who knows how many people in the field have dirt experience. USCA. Well, ASCA, ASCA, not USCA. Alliance Stock Car Association, but close. Alrighty, try the Hail Mary. Honestly, because at a dirt track, you're going like 70 miles an hour in these trucks, it could work. I don't see why it couldn't. It's not like the steering is really going to matter because you're going to be sawing this thing like all the way over here anyway, which I meant to change the sensitivity on this wheel. Well, we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to roll with what we got, and we're going to do two things tonight. We are going to hope, and we're going to pray. Hopefully, one, if not both of those end up working out. But yeah, that is the paint scheme that I'm going to be running tonight. So, it's a paint scheme I've been running for the last few weeks. I got a couple wins in here, one at Texas, one at Pocono. And yeah, it should be a fun one. But other than that, I guess we'll stop wasting time. Let's get on to the predictions. Now, I didn't make this tier list. I looked it up on a tier maker. Thankfully, there was a few. This was the easiest one that I could find. However, this is fairly outdated. How is it outdated? Well, it still has SVG in the 88, and it's got Connor Zillage in the 99. Even though Connor's in the 88 and the 99 doesn't exist anymore, SVG is in the 97. Now, the number he should have been in from the get-go. I don't know why they put him in the 88. It literally makes absolutely no sense thinking about it right now. But hey, you win some, you lose some. So, that is how we're going to do it today. Everything else is fairly up to date. Swore is in the 7. Weren't really many other changes besides that in terms of the Cup garage. Still got this man in the 35, but yeah. RIP Cup number 99 for Cup. Yeah, it had a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-year stint from 21 to 25. It had a 5-year return. But before we continue on with this stream, guys, please like this stream and subscribe to the Daily Downforce YouTube channel. That helps me out a ton. And at the end of the stream, go check out dailydownforce.com for all sorts of great content over there. Whether you want to look, whether it's, you want to buy something, you want to buy diecast, you want to buy a magazine, or you want to play a mini game, or you want to read more articles or see more content creators, head over to dailydownforce.com after the stream is concluded. Not now. Wait till after the stream is concluded. Track outside SVG, the 88 for a year for merchandise sales. I think SVG, I think would have more sales with the 97 or probably the same. I mean, let's be honest. How many junior fans really bought 88 gear for Shane Van Gisbergen? I mean, there's no collaboration. There's nothing that intertwines the two besides they're both 88 and they both drove for Chevy. That's it. And who knows how much longer Trackhouse will be driving for Chevy. All right, it is exactly 7 o'clock. We got 1 hour to go through basically the entire field. So let's jump straight into it. So I have 5 tiers for this stream. We got the champion tier. Obviously, it's who I'm going to pick as my champion. You'll have to wait till the end of this to figure out who exactly that is. Guaranteed. And what do I mean by guaranteed? Basically guaranteed to make the almost said playoffs. Guaranteed to make the chase. Who is guaranteed to make it in? Guys who I am fully confident they will make it in. I'm not even worried. If they miss it or they're on the bubble, I would be shocked. Speaking of on the bubble, that's the next tier right here. Guys who I think are going to make it, but it's going to be a little bit of sweatiness for them. They're going to have a couple sweaty weeks, if you will, where they're not a guarantee. I can just as easily see them missing the playoffs as I can see them making the playoffs. Playoffs, chase, whatever. I'm going to do the same thing with the Xfinity/O'Reilly series. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Close but no cigar. This is that 17th around 20th to maybe 21st, 22nd range where guys who are close to making the chase, but obviously they didn't make the cut. Maybe they missed it by just a few points, or maybe they just didn't. They kicked it on at the wrong time, maybe a little bit too late, and then not close. I don't even need to explain that. These guys, they have no business even sniffing a playoff spot. At least that's what I think is going to happen. They got 88 merch, and now they need 97 merch. Well, when you put it that way, I guess that is true. So we'll just go in numerical order. We'll just actually Let's go from 99 all the way down here, because I feel like as we get, funny enough, most of the guys who are going to be, up here, they have lower numbers, lower value numbers, funny enough. Meanwhile, the guys who we know more than likely aren't going to make it are the ones with the higher numbers. I don't know exactly how that works, but that's just how it is. So everyone likes to start off with the one. We start off at number 1, and then we'll move down to number 99. I'm going to be extra. I'm going to go opposite. So we're going to start off with, technically, he is the 88. For the purpose of this stream, he's going to be the 99, and that is Connor Zillage. Connor is interesting. I feel like most people have Connor either a close but no cigar or on the bubble, meaning either he's going to make it but barely, or he's just barely going to miss out. I'm going to put Connor in not close, and a couple reasons why. I know Connor just had a 10-win Xfinity season as a rookie. I know how good he is at road courses. I wouldn't be surprised if he won a road course this year, which, by me saying that alone, I should probably put him in close but no cigar. The reason I'm not putting him in any of those, I'm going to put him in not close, is because very rarely do rookies exceed expectations, if you know what I mean. Besides Shane Van Gisbergen, which even he's kind of an anomaly in terms of rookies, or an Austin Cindric who won the Daytona 500, or Chase Elliott and a Chris Buescher in 2016. How many rookies really perform? Cole Custer won in 2020 with a phenomenal move, but he wasn't going to make the playoffs anyway. He wasn't going to make the playoffs without that win. Cindric probably wouldn't have made the playoffs in 2022 if he didn't win the Daytona 500. And Zillage, I just don't like putting that expectation on a rookie. I like a rookie. I just want you to come in, start learning the field, start learning the new car, and I want as little I want you just to be competent. Don't feel overwhelmed against the Cup guys, especially for Zillage, who is still fairly new to oval racing. Yes, he won a bunch of ovals last year. I think he won 5 or 6, but this is still a fairly new discipline for him. So he's at the top level of stock car racing. This is the top level of oval racing minus the Indy 500. But because of that, he might win a road course this year. He might run very well at road courses. I'm not denying that, especially given who his teammate is. But because he's a rookie, I don't want to put expectations on him, so I'm going to put Zillage in not close. Hot take, he is not ready for a Cup ride. When you win 10 races as a rookie, I feel like you are at that point. At that point, it's like, what more do you have to do? Listen, there are some rookies that just, wow. He was one of those that just wowed. I would have given him maybe another year if he had like a 3-win season or even a 4-win season, but a 10-win season, you're going to keep him. Are you going to do what Toyota? Are you going to just, not give him what he really deserves like Toyota's doing? Like how Toyota just butchering Corey Haim's career, which that's a rant for another day. Shane Van Gisbergen. If you guys were here for my stream on Monday, you will know that I really think this format hurts SVG because he can't win a road course to lock himself in while he's 25th in points. He has gotten better at ovals. I'm not denying that. He is still arguably the road course favorite. Not arguably, he is for all the road courses this year. I am not denying any of that. But I still think he's close but no cigar. And there's a few reasons why. Number 1, do I think he's improved on ovals? Yes. However, he has one oval top 10 coming from an overtime where half the field died at Kansas, or like just a bunch of shenanigans. And yes, that was later in the year, but I'll give him credit for that. I just don't buy into SVG is going to all of a sudden become a perennial top 10 contender at an oval. Because again, I keep reiterating this. I'm going to name 10 drivers who can consistently run in the top 10 at ovals. Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell. I haven't even gotten to the rest of the field. Would you take SVG over any of those drivers to finish top 10 any given week on an oval? I personally can't say I would. So, do I think he's going to get better? Yes. Do I think he will get a few more top 10s at ovals? Yes. Will he get a few road course wins? Yes. Do I think he's going to be as dominant on ovals as he was last year? Hot take, I don't think so. And a few reasons why. Number one, well, this isn't really due to his dominance, but this is more hurting his chance to make the chase. They took off a road course this year on the schedule, Mexico. So instead of having 6 road courses, we now have 5. That is one less opportunity for SVG to max out points. So that's number one. Number two, like I mentioned before, yes, he's improved, but I would still take pretty much 90% of these guys, or at least 75, 80% of these guys over him just to finish top 10 at an oval, let alone win the damn race. And number three, why I don't think he's going to be as dominant on road courses. Guys, the field is going to figure out SVG eventually. Like, I want you to understand something about SVG, and this is something that not a lot of people really talk about in terms of like how, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to discredit SVG as a road racer. He is, in my opinion, the greatest road course racer in NASCAR history. I'm on the record saying that last year, and I'm on the record, as you can see, saying that this year. But we also have to acknowledge the fact that literally besides Coda, everything went perfect for SVG. No issues with his strategy, no issues with the car, really no issues with the race itself. It was literally smooth sailing from start to finish for driver at the time, the 88. What are the odds that happens 2 years in a row? Very, very low. You're really going to tell me that in Sonoma or Watkins Glen or hell, even, San Diego, the car isn't just going to wreck? Like, the car is going to have a mechanical failure. He's not going to have a flat tire. He's not going to get involved in someone else's mess. Again, SVG will probably win. I predict he's going to win 3 races next year. All of them are going to be on road courses, so he'll at least get the majority of the road courses. But I don't think he's going to sweep them because, again, the odds of everything going his way are slim. The odds of basically everything being pitch perfect for him twice, might I add, is very, very low. Now, I was someone who said last year, admittedly, that I think he'd only win 1 or 2 races. Obviously, I was clearly wrong. And also the fact that, again, the field knows his SMT data. I think it's called something else now other than SMT, but I'm not going to look into that. The field is looking to his SMT data. They have a whole off season to look at basically how he drives. So, again, there's so many things to where he'll probably still win by, let's say, 7-8 seconds. I don't think he's going to win by 18 seconds again. And even in those races he did win, he had challenges. In Mexico, it was Ty Gibbs. In the Roval, it was Kyle Larson. In Chicago, it was Michael McDowell before his car broke. So, again, I don't think he's going to have pitch perfect weekends for every road course race. So because of that, that is why I don't think SVG is going to make it. I think he will show improvement, but I don't think it's enough. I still think he's maybe 1 to 2 years away from being a consistent top 10, top 15 threat at an oval. Carson Hocevar, same thing, close but no cigar. Hocevar is someone with the speed to make the chase. No one is denying that. Look at that summer stretch. He could have won multiple races last year, but the problem with Hocevar is he is very inconsistent, especially at the back half of last year where the speed pretty much disappeared and he kind of fell back to the means. I mean, this is a guy who does not have a good reputation in the garage in terms of keeping his equipment under him. This is not a guy who has a good reputation in terms of keeping his good head on his shoulders. So Carson Hocevar, he's radically inconsistent. He has the speed to get to the chase, in my opinion. I think he'll be around that 16th, 17th, 18th range. But until he can clean up the consistency, I think Hocevar isn't ready for a playoff push just yet. Even though this is a guy who was very close to winning last year. Michael McDowell, kind of the same way. Well, not really the same way as Hocevar, but kind of, he's like the anti-Hocevar, where I don't think he really has the speed of Hocevar, but he has the consistency of Hocevar. Whereas Hocevar, I think he could just outright just get top 5 and just speed his way into the chase, if that makes any sense. McDowell, he's going to make it off consistency. Yeah, he could have won Texas. He could have won Chicago. But if a Spire car is going to make the playoffs / chase, I think it's going to be Hocevar. I don't necessarily think it's going to be McDowell. While yes, McDowell is the veteran, he's the one with the more experience out of the guys. He's probably the one with the cooler head on his shoulders. If you're going to ask me who's going to make it out of the Spire trio, I'm going to go with Hocevar. Spire is also inconsistent, lots of mechanical failures and pit crew mishaps. Exactly. All right, Ryan Preece. This is going to be my first guy I'm going to put into the playoffs on the bubble. Ryan Preece to me is and by the way, this is no disrespect. I think Ryan Preece is a good driver. I don't think he's a great driver. I think he's a good driver. To me, he is, and again, I don't say this in any disrespect, he is a poor man's Chris Buescher. What do I mean by that? Chris Buescher is somebody who consistently runs top 10, can flirt with the top 5, and can flirt with the win. Ryan Preece is someone who can consistently run top 15, flirt with the top 10, and flirt with the top 5. He is basically like Chris Buescher. Basically, all of RFK is fairly close. But, it feels like there's tiers to him. Brad, I feel like he's closer. Brad and Buescher, it's like Buescher, Brad, Preece. Preece, again, I have him making the playoffs. He'd probably be my 15th to 16th driver to make it. I have him making it. He is a consistent driver. He's just not as consistent as Busch. He's not as consistently good, I should say. You gotta understand that consistency doesn't automatically mean good. Cody Ware is consistent. He's just consistently bad. Preece is consistent, but he's consistently good, but he's not the standard for good, if that makes any sense. But I do have Ryan Preece making the playoffs. Yes, 60 is going to be flying, hopefully into the chase and not into the catch fence. Ty Gibbs, close but no cigar. I don't know what to make of that 54. I really don't know what to make of the 54. To me, Ty is someone who really should have taken because this was Ty's career. Very solid rookie season. Barely missed the playoffs. Year 2, makes the playoffs. Clear improvement. Few many 2 crashes at the end of the year, but clear improvement. And then, whatever year 3 was. I get a new crew chief, but you had to bring Chris Gabehart to essentially, hold Ty at Tyler Allen's hand. And then Gabe Harley's, rumor has it he just wasn't too thrilled with Ty Gibbs. I don't know what to make of the 54. Ty doesn't feel like he's mature enough to be in that 54 car. I feel like the results last year showed it. He did not have a good year last year at all. He was outside the top 25 in points for much of the year. I don't know what to make of the 54. Now, if the whole regular season was Bristol and Mexico, yeah, he probably would make it. He'd probably be the number 1 seed. But I don't know what kind of Ty we're going to get this year. Are we going to get the clear improvement Ty? Or are we going to get this meh Ty? That's why I feel like his junior year was meh. And I'm sorry, I can't put meh in the chase. Moving on. Alex Bowman. My next guy I'm going to put on the bubble. Was Bowman's year last year disappointing? Yes. All his teammates won multiple races. He had a goose egg in the win column. He got bounced at the round of 16. All his teammates made it to the round of 8. 2 of them made the championship 4. 1 of them won the whole thing. Last year was a disappointing year for Bowman, especially after a very strong start. The last half of the year, he cratered, barely made it into the playoffs. But keep this in mind, guys. Bowman barely made the playoffs, even though he was, 10th, 11th in points in the regular season standings? It's just because he had Josh Berry, Logano was top 10 last year. Josh Berry, Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon. You had these guys, who were well below him in points. They took those spots ahead of him, so that's why he was so close on that cushion. So Bowman, even in a bad year, was still a top 12 driver in the series. And top 12 for me, is comfortable enough to make the chase. Now, again, Bowman ended last year fairly rough. That is why I am not comfortable putting him necessarily in guaranteed, even though he's in a Hendrick car. I'm confident he'll make it, but I don't think it's a guarantee. Priest, I'm not confident. I'm confident in my picks, but I wouldn't be shocked if Priest missed. I'd be kind of shocked if Bowman missed. Because again, he relies more on consistency rather than winning, especially because now this is a format that values consistency more. Bowman, I think, will make it more than not. Stenhouse, I don't think it's even close. I mean, Hayek started last year strong, and they kind of teetered off at the end. Yeah, they're good at super speedways. There's 5 super speedways they could take advantage of. He's fairly good at Bristol. They could have flash moments here or there, but I mean, I can't even put you in close but no cigar because you have to show me something. Hayek last year didn't show me enough consistency. What consistency is what I need. Okay, you keep the equipment under you, but if you're still finishing 22nd every week, what does keeping the equipment under you really matter besides you don't have to write off damages? Tyler Reddick, I'll put him as my first guarantee on the list, even though last year was a fairly disappointing year for Reddick. No wins, out of the round of 12, hot take, I think he was the second best 2311 driver last year. Bubba showed more speed in races last year. Obviously, he won last year. They both got eliminated at the same time, and Reddick did finish higher than him in points, but I think Bubba showed more potential last year than Reddick did last year. Also, he won. But it's still Tyler Reddick. I think he'll be fine. The lawsuit is behind him. Everything is behind them. 2311, I mean. So I think Reddick will be fine. I think he'll be back in victory lane this year, the 2024 regular season champion. So I think Tyler Reddick will be in the playoffs again. This is another guy always inside the top 10 in points. I see why none of that's changed. Reddick, I guarantee, will make the chase / playoffs. You know what I'm talking about. Moving on. Eric Jones, I'll put him on the bubble. Close but no cigar. Now, I'll just go ahead and say I'll put his teammate at not close because the reason I'm putting Jones at close but no cigar and Nemechek at not close is because Nemechek to me feels like Carson Hocevar. What do I mean by that? Both of them are very fast. Arguably the fastest driver in their team. But both of them are way too inconsistent. Too many wrecks, too many bad runs, and the same thing is with Nemechek. Yes, he had more highs than Eric Jones, but this isn't a format that awards highs anymore. This is a format that rewards consistency. Eric Jones is easily more consistent than John Hunter Nemechek. And even if you're going to ask me who do I trust to win more, I'm going to take the guy who's done it 3 times already in this level versus the guy who's done it 0 times so far. Jones, he was even flirting with the playoff conversation in a few, towards the later half of the regular season last year. So with all of that put into consideration, Nemechek wasn't, guys, yes, Nemechek had a lot of good runs, but he was never really in that bubble. Jones was in that bubble more times than not. All thanks to Carson Hocevar. Yeah, exactly. So if you're going to, I think one legacy driver will be on the bubble. I have it as Eric Jones. I got Nemechek not close. Again, I think Nemechek is way, way too inconsistent. Yeah, you can say the same thing for Hocevar, but Hocevar's inconsistency is he's either trying to win the race or he's wrecking. Kind of like me in iRacing. Nemechek is running top 5 or wrecking. Top 5 ain't going to do it. Cole Custer, not even close. Unfortunately, while Front Row is an intriguing team, they're going to a second year with 3 cars. I just didn't see enough from any of the Front Row guys last year. I didn't see enough from any of them. Like, yeah, they had a few good runs here and there. Gregson in Miami, Zane Smith towards the later half of the year. Gillen had a good run here or there, but all 3 of them were outside the top 25 in points. Are you really going to ask me to take these guys who are outside the top 25 to go from that to 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. I can't do that. So, well, you're just keeping Heim's seat warm at this point. Let's just get all the front row guys in here. I could be wrong. They could be a surprise team. They are a tier 1 Ford team, or at least they're supposed to be. But, yeah. I don't see any of the front row guys making it. It is 7:22, and we are already halfway done. Maybe I should have started this a little bit sooner. Or a little bit later. I'm going through this a lot quicker than I thought. Let's just get the other ones out the way. William Byron, he's a guarantee. I don't really need to say anything else. Was in the Final Four last year. Hendrick guy, multiple wins. Not need to say much. Hot take. This might be a hot take. I think Bubba's a guarantee. I have Bubba Wallace as a guarantee. Again, kind of like Bowman. Bubba is someone who was only ever on the bubble because guys underneath him would win a race. Your Austin Dillons, your Austin Cindricks, your Josh Berrys, your Harrison Burns, those kinds of guys. If we didn't have win in your in, Bubba would be a guarantee pretty much every year. Well, guess what, guys? We don't have win in your in anymore, so I think Bubba's going to be a guarantee to make the playoffs this year. I think he's consistent enough. He's always hovering around 11th, 12th, 13th. So I think he'll be good. Why I have him guaranteed over Bowman, I think Bubba is faster than Bowman. Obviously, last year Bubba won and Bowman did it. I think Bubba had more opportunities to win last year than Bowman did. So because of that ability to run up front more than the 48, I got Bubba as probably a controversial guarantee over someone like Alex Bowman, who I just have as on the bubble. But, of course, what I mean by that, on the bubble means they made it, guaranteed. Basically, on the bubble up means you're making the playoffs. Joey Logano, I think he's a guarantee. He's someone I thought about putting on the bubble, but last year, even though last year was it was still meh by Logano standards. I mean, this is a guy who still was around the top 10 in points for most of the year. He still won a race. He's still really good at the flat tracks and at the super speedways when he's not trying to wreck himself for half the field. Logano, I still think he's going to be guaranteed to make the chase. Plus, it's an even year. Josh Berry, I'll say close but no cigar. You know, there was a lot of times last year where he had speed, way too many crashes, way too many DNFs. I think he cuts down on that this year. I don't think he's going to make it, but I will think guys, I don't think you understand. The bubble is really like these two, I could see any of these guys making it. I could see a world where any of these guys make it. And Barry, same thing. I think he'll cut down on the DNFs, which will kind of vault him from being like 25th, 24th all year to around 20th, 19th, 18th. You know what I mean? Christopher Bell, guaranteed 4 wins last year. I don't really need to say anything else. Same thing with Chase Briscoe. Just won 3 races. Although I will say this about Chase. Well, not necessarily about Chase Briscoe, but more about James Small. James Small has never had a consistent. He has never had consistently good back-to-back years. Let's look at James Small's time as the 19 crew chief from 2020 to 2021. In 2020, he won 1 race, made the round of 8. 2021, won, I believe, 3 races, 3 or 4, made it to the championship 4. Missed the playoffs in 22, went winless. Won the regular season title in 23 with 3 wins, but fell off a cliff in the playoffs. 24, no wins, out of the round of 16. And then last year, 3 wins, championship 4 berth. You see what I mean? You don't know what you're going to get. Now, you could say 20 and 21, you could say that was like, improvement to go from, 20, round of 8, championship 4. Year 1 to year 2 as a crew chief. Yeah. But then he missed the playoffs the next year. He's never been consistently good, at least not consistently good, since his first 2 years. Because of that, I'm going to pay attention to the 19 this year. Are they going to consistently be in the top 10 in points this year? Or are they going to kind of fall back to the means, maybe win only one race, bouncing around the 12. Which kind of 19 are we going to get? If we get another inconsistent year, I mean, at that point, if you're James Small, to me, who's a good compare? He's like the... No, I'm trying to think of an NFL comparison. Because I want to say he's like the John Harbaugh or the Mike Tomlin of crew chiefs, but they have championships. James Small doesn't. He's like the... he's like the Sean McDermott. No. Any of my football guys out there, if you can find a comparison for James Small in terms of inconsistency year after year, let me know. Because I'm trying to think of one. Chase and the chase. Exactly. Chris Buescher is another guarantee. I kind of mentioned it before. He's like a better version of Ryan Preece. He's consistently running top 10, flirt with the top 5. Yeah, I guess Zach Taylor, I just don't think is a good head coach. The fact that he's the only coach in the AFC North, I know why. It's because Mike Brown is the cheapest owner of the NFL. But yeah, Zach Taylor did make a Super Bowl. He did win a couple division titles, made the AFC Championship game a couple times. So I guess, yeah, James Small is kind of like the Zach Taylor, for lack of a better comparison. Since he's head coach consistently bailed out by high-end talent. Yeah, it's kind of like how Mike Tomlin was, even though I wouldn't call the Steelers high-end talent nowadays. Besides TJ Watt. Chris Buescher, same way as Ryan Preece, consistently running top 10, a better version of Ryan Preece, consistently running top 10, occasionally runs top 5, flirts with a win. Similar to Bubba and Bowman, really only ever on the bubble because guys underneath him outside the top 20 win randomly. We don't have to worry about that problem anymore, so I think Buescher will make it comfortably. Allmendinger, Kaulig has no Chevy support. Ryan Blaney, I don't need to say it, it's Ryan. No. That is not a spoiler. Ryan Blaney, I don't need some of these guys. I really don't. You see what I mean? Like the quicker we get through these numbers, like to these higher end numbers, the more it's like, okay, this guy's gonna make it, that guy's gonna make it. And speaking of making it, let me see who I got here because I need to make sure that my numbers are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So 10 spots down, 6 to go. But yeah. Ryan Blaney, he's someone, I really need to explain anything else. He's consistently a title threat. He's the best Ford driver right now. So I don't see how you can't have Blaney in your guarantees. He's in there as well. Same thing with Denny Hamlin. I don't know why he keeps doing this. While I do think that this format hurts Hamlin more than helps him, because, hot take, I think the last few years have elevated Hamlin's status. Hamlin has not been that consistent in the next gen era. He's always in the round of 8. Last year he was in the final 4, was an overtime away from, he was a bad pick call away from winning the championship. So, but without the format last year, full season format, Hamlin would have been 6th or 7th. That's pretty much what he would have been pretty much every year of the next gen era. I think this format hurts Hamlin because I don't think he's that as consistent anymore. He can still win a ton of races, but he's not consistent anymore. Now, last year he did have to miss Mexico because of the birth of his child. But Mexico's a road course. Hamlin sucks at road courses. I don't think it would have made that much of a difference. But in terms of making it, Hamlin is a guarantee. Ty Dillon, the Cinderella run was nice for the in-season tournament, but obviously he is not making it. Chase Elliott, probably the driver who benefits the most from this format because he is arguably the most consistent guy in the garage. What was it? He started the first 25, 26 races inside the top 20 or the first, some wild number. This is a guy who not only in my opinion is a guaranteed to make the chase, but he is going to be a championship favorite just off his sheer consistency alone. Yeah, he may only win once or twice. He's not really the winner he used to be, but in a format that values consistency more than anything, people are really going to see, oh, yeah. And this is going to help Chase Elliott's perspective as well. They're going to say, okay, this guy actually knows how to drive. We just don't have a format that doesn't acknowledge that anymore. We now have a format that does acknowledge that. Kyle Busch, I have him on the bubble. I think he'll make it. Busch, I've been saying it multiple times already. With a Bubba, with a Busher, with a Bowman, even to an extent with the Priest. They're always inside the top 16. It's just guys underneath them keep winning. Kyle Busch, I think, is going to be the last driver to make it into the chase. Because, has he been great with RCR? No. Did he finish outside the top 20 in points this year? Yes. But I think over a full season, knowing that consistency means more than anything, I think that's going to play to Kyle Busch's strengths, because I think he's not going to think to himself, I need to drive at 200% every week now, rather than he's just going to drive at 100%. Because, guys, if you remember for much of last year, Busch was around that 15th, 16th, 17th place in the points. I think, whilst Kyle Busch in his prime, no. How much of that old Kyle Busch is left in there? I don't think much is left, but I think enough is there for him to be top 16 in points. I mean, guys, realistically, he should beat everyone underneath him. Maybe not SVG, because he might just farm the road courses, and you can argue maybe not Ty Gibbs because of the car he's in. But Kyle Busch, even at 40, 41, should still beat all these guys. So I got Kyle Busch. Like, if I had to, in terms of a bubble, I would have Bowman here, Priest here, Busch here. So yeah, Kyle Busch, I am making it. I think he'll be the last guy to make it. And eventually I will order these guys around, so you see who I think is going to be where. Suarez, I don't think so. He didn't do anything with Trackhouse last year. Yeah, he could probably steal a win somewhere, but again, wins, you need to be consistently good. He's shown he could kind of do that, but it's too far in between. I don't think Suarez is going to be close. Brad Keselowski, next guy. I think he'll be on the bubble. And I'm actually going to put him ahead of Bowman. He ended last year let me just make sure I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So we got 2 spots left. Last year, Brad, we all know, started the year off horribly. He was outside the top 30 in points? But he ended last year very, very strong. Could have won Phoenix. Could have won a couple plate tracks. He was running top 10 more, running top 5 more. That 6 car really started to improve. And even after they took a couple of their guys off to help the other teams, they were still very much improved from the first half. We've seen throughout this next-gen era, the momentum you carry at the end of the year will carry you into the next year, at least for the first half. How you do in the second half, who knows? We saw that with Bowman. Obviously, that teared off towards the end. But Ty Gibbs ended 24 fairly weak. He started 25 fairly weak. Brad, I think, is going to be the same way. He kind of ended 24 fairly weak, and that carried over into 25, but he ended 25 very strong. I think it's going to carry over, at least for the first half. And I think Brad, he's a veteran. He knows how to race in these formats. I think that he is going to make it, which means I got all 3 RFK cars making the playoffs. Kyle Larson, he's your defending champion. Need I say more? Austin Dillon, he's someone who he used to be on the bubble. Close but no cigar. But he hasn't been that for the past few years, so until I see that, I can't put him up there. And Austin Cindric, I'll put close but no cigar. I was tempted to put him at not close, but even last year, even though last year was, besides the Talladega when he was fairly bad, he started last year fairly well. He was good at the flat tracks. I think, and even last year, he was flirting around like 16th, 17th, 18th. That's even with the penalty that he received. I think Cindric will be flirting with the bubble, but I don't think he'll be close. Well, I don't think he's going to make it. Which means we got one spot left, and I'm going to give it to Ross Chastain. Which means I got him as a guarantee. Is Trackhouse as good as it used to be? No. Is Ross good enough to be top 16 comfortably? Yeah. I think Ross Chastain will be a guarantee. He's, besides 24, which, he didn't win until the playoffs started. Again, guys behind him. Because of that, I think Ross Chastain, he's good enough to comfortably be top 12, maybe even top 10. I got Ross Chastain being a guaranteed. So, my predictions for who's going to make the playoffs. For my guarantee, I got more guarantees than you may have liked, but I don't think you guys understand. Like, I think, well, yes, like 12th through all the way up to here is going to be very tight. I still think there's going to be enough separation at the end. I think really the battle is going to come down to 14th through 19th, or I'm probably giving it too much credit, 14th through 18th. So, my guarantees: Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Chris Buescher, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, and Ross Chastain. On the bubble, again, even though you're on the bubble, I think you're still going to make it. Brad Keselowski, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece, and Kyle Busch. Now, if I had to move any of these guys out and put someone in, I'd probably move Busch out and put SVG in just because, again, SVG is probably going to win. If he swept all the road courses, I wouldn't be surprised. If he swept every stage on a road course, I wouldn't be surprised. That is 75 points times 5. And if he continues to improve on ovals, like everyone wants to think he's going to take this massive leap, if he actually does it, then that should be enough to put him in the top 16. I don't think he's going to do that personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Hocevar, again, I think is too inconsistent. McDowell doesn't have enough speed. I have no idea what I get out of the 54. Eric Jones, I don't think Legacy is ready yet. Josh Berry, close, but I don't think so. And then kind of the same thing with Cindric. I would probably swap out these two and put in SVG and Gibbs. I would give Gibbs the benefit of the doubt because he's in a JGR car. Now, who do I think is going to be the champion? Well, let's start off. If you're on the bubble, I don't think you're going to win the championship. If you're on the bubble, that means that you're not comfortably even in an opportunity to make the playoffs, which means you're probably starting around 12th through 16th, which means you're already in a really, really big hole. Like, guys, let me see if I can pull up the... I'm going to see if I can pull this up here. I want you guys to see... Let's see if we can find this here. Yeah. So look at this. Can't really scroll it down, but, I don't know if you guys could see this, but I want you to see just really the deficit, really, honestly, 8th on back, and even to an extent, really 6th on back is going to be for this championship. So let's just go with the guys on the bubble, which I would have 13th through 16th. If you're on the high end of on the bubble, which for me is going to be, who did I have there? Brad Keselowski. You are already starting off with an 85-point disadvantage. Meaning, you are a full race plus stage win, plus a stage sweep, plus an extra 10 points behind the leader. 85 points is a lot of points. And then, obviously, it continues to go down. 90, 95, and then 100. Basically, if you're on the bubble, it's congratulations, you're here. It's basically a participation trophy. Which is why I don't understand why we have 16 spots if really 12th, 13th on back especially, they have no shot. Unless they go on a... They need to go on... They need to make Tony Stewart's 2011 run, if they want to win the title, look like child's play. They'd have to win probably 6 or 7 races. Top 5 at every race. And hope the number 1 through, let's say, 4 seed just runs into a lot of problems. Could happen. But again, chances of winning the title... I don't even know if I give him much of a chance. Ross Chastain, again, Trackhouse, yeah, he had that run in 22, but I don't think Trackhouse is good enough to win the title just yet. Kyle Larson, I'll put up here I'll put the guys who I think are going to be in contention for the title up front. Same thing with Chase Elliott. This format really helps him. I don't think Denny's going to be in championship contention. Again, this is a guy who I personally think Denny benefited from resets, knowing that you just had to worry about 3 races rather than 10 races worth of consistency, and you could just win 1, and then you don't even have to worry about being consistent. Denny, in my opinion, is a guy who I don't think, again, kind of inconsistent last year. Only had, I think, 16 top 10s, despite having 6 wins. I think this format hurts his championship chances. While he personally may enjoy this format more, just from a sheer racer perspective, from a championship perspective, I don't think Denny Hamlin is going to be a championship contender. I do think Ryan Blaney will be a championship contender. Chris Buescher is my dark horse. Again, he is... Remember how I said that Ryan Preece is a poor man's Chris Buescher? And again, I mean no disrespect when I say that. I mean no disrespect when I say this either. I think Chris Buescher is a poor man's Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, really, 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 really consistent. Chris Buescher is probably the second or third. He's top 5 in the series in terms of a consistent driver. So, again, a format that values consistency more, I think plays into Buescher's strengths. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he goes into Homestead and he's mathematically still eligible for the championship. Again, mathematically, you could be 75, you could be minus 74, and you're still mathematically eligible. I wouldn't be surprised if Buescher was in that range. Chase Briscoe, I'm going to hope that last year was a sign of good rather than the inconsistent flow of James Small. I think Briscoe will be a title threat. Same thing with Bell. I already talked about I don't think Logano will be. Bubba, I don't think is ever going to win a title. Byron will be a contender. And Reddick, I think this is a bounce back year for Reddick. So I think Reddick will be here as well. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys I think who can win the championship this year. I need to start taking some of these guys off. I need to take a little bit of a break. I've been talking too much. If you guys remember, in Monday's stream, for those who were here, my dog was causing a lot of mayhem. He's not doing that right now. Thankfully, he's not doing that right now. Right now, he's currently sleeping on the bed. Or on my bed. Sleeping on the bed like he pays the mortgage in this house. Other than that, before I go into who my championship contenders, really dive deep into them, what's up, Warm Up 22? What do you guys think of so far? The tier list so far. Do you think do you think I've hit the nail on the head so far? Do you think I made a mistake? Is there someone maybe I should have put in or taken out? What do you guys think so far? Oh yeah, and I got this new iOS update, which is for any of my iPhone people out there, I'm fairly recent in terms of iPhone. I got in only like a couple of days, like a couple years ago. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's the phone is okay. I mean, iPhone, Samsung, in my opinion, they're all the same thing. Hocevar over Bush. Yeah, I could see that. If Hocevar can win one race, I think he has the capability to really just break out and win multiple. Kind of like what Chase Elliott did in 2018. I do think he has that capability. And I think Spire has the capability to, be more consistent than they actually were. Again, well, it was their third year being a 3-car team, so, but I think they're capable of doing it. All right, we got 13 minutes until the session is up for dirt. So, I guess we'll just start to break them down into guys who I'm just going to start eliminating guys. Reddick, again, last year was very... I need to see what kind of Reddick we're going to get this year. So I'd probably put him out. Byron, I will put towards the front. Bell, I'll put towards the front. Briscoe... Yeah, Briscoe is weird. It's more, do I trust James Small to have another consistent good year? Do I? Even so, like, then you're asking me to put Briscoe over guys like Blaney, Elliott. You see, this is how when I'm in a tough situation in terms of making a pick, I ask myself, okay, do I see this driver or this team or whatever going in and beating this driver or this list of drivers or this list of teams? So I have to ask myself, do I see Briscoe going in and beating Buescher, Blaney, Elliott, Bell, Byron, and Larson? I can see him beating Buescher, so I'll put him above the 17. I don't see him beating these other 5. I think these other 5 are on another level. Yeah, you can throw Hamlin in there, but I don't think Hamlin's going to be consistent enough. But I think these 5 are going to be on another level this year. I think these 5 are the class of the field. So I think that Briscoe, he's going to teeter. Again, kind of I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into the final race, like, mathematically eligible for the title. But I don't think he's going to do it. So that leaves us with 5 drivers. We'll start off with Ryan Blaney. I guess I'll just quickly go through pros and cons. He's the fastest Ford guy. He's long run Ryan Blaney. If the race goes on a long run, he's probably going to be the fastest car out on the track. He's one of the fastest drivers this season. Last season, he's one of the best drivers in the series. Excuse me. Con, a lot of DNFs last year, and Penske's consistency. While Blaney, I think, is kind of, he's kind of protected himself from that Penske inconsistency. You just never know. Chase Elliott, I already talked about it. Probably the guy who benefits the most from this format. He's the guy who can consistently rip off top 5s, top 10s, top 20s, which is what you're going to need in this format. The only con I have with Chase is he's not going to win enough, which I don't think he's going to win enough, which means he won't be able to get those max 55, 65, 75 points. Christopher Bell is... If you guys followed me along last year, you know that last year I was very skeptical of the 20 team. Not a lot of race winning pace. I know he won those 3 in a row, but he didn't win again until Bristol in the fall. Not a lot of pace. Kind of floating around there. Missed the Final Four for back-to-back seasons, even though the Final Four doesn't exist anymore. I think, again, he's going to benefit from this format, so I think he'll be fine. But I would like to see the 20 showing more consistent race-winning speed this year, unlike last year. Byron, he starts and ends years really, really strong. He'll come out firing out of the gate at the beginning of the year, and he'll end the year firing out of he'll exit the gate firing off. The problem is that summer stretch for Byron usually is really, really rough. While, yes, this year was kind of different. It was really the later half of the summer throughout, maybe the first 7-8 races of the playoffs. He has too many of these streaks where he is just nowhere. He kind of reminds me of how I wouldn't say how Jimmy Johnson was. It kind of is, but how a lot of people perceive Jimmy Johnson, where he started the year off strong, kind of did whatever he wanted to in the middle, and then really kicked it on during the playoffs. Byron's kind of the same way, even though he won the regular season title last year. So Byron, Those are his pros and cons. And then Larson, it's Kyle Larson. He can win week in and week out. If he won 10 races again, you wouldn't be surprised. He's the defending champion. You know, how he won the championship, you can argue that, although he wouldn't have won the title. Pretty much every format besides the Latford system, Bell would have won that. But yeah, Larson. Cons, 2 of them. One of them is actually winning. He hasn't won since May. I will acknowledge that. And the other one is checkers or records. That is who Larson's always been. Can't really get away with checkers or records too much in this chase format, although Larson was tied with the most top 10s last year with 22, so he has shown he can be consistent. All right, let's start taking some of these guys off. I'm going to put... Do I really want to put I'm going to put Bell in 5th. I'm going to put Bell in 5th just because I think... Actually, no. I'm going to put Chase Elliott in 5th. Why am I putting Chase in 5th? Remember, you get 55 points for winning a race. That is a 20-point difference between first and second. And then you can get an extra 20 points if you sweep the stages. So if everything went right for you, you could have a 40-point difference between first and second. That's assuming second didn't get any stage points. Chase, I am confident, can finish second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, you name it. I'm just not confident he's going to win a lot of races next year. Yeah, he won 2 last year, but that's because last year Bubba and Denny essentially took each other out. I know they didn't, but they basically did. I need to see Chase consistently have the speed to win. Because that extra 20 points that they're giving, extra 15 points they're giving to the winner is going to matter a lot, in my opinion. Chase hasn't shown he can consistently run up there. I think this format is going to still help him. He is going to, mark my word, he will go into Homestead realistically with a shot at the championship. Which, spoiler alert, I think we'll probably go into Homestead with 5 guys eligible for the title. Realistically. But, again, until he can show me he can consistently win, which again means he can really get himself a points cushion, I can't put him that high. I'm going to put Bell in 4th. Kind of similar to, you know, Chase Elliott in a little bit of an extent, but he has shown he could win a little bit more. But again, Bell has too many of these low periods where just, where's that 20? He's running like maybe 7th or 8th. But he didn't even run up front in Loudon. Loudon is Christopher Bell's playground, and he was nowhere last year. That should tell you that the 20 team wasn't as great as maybe we thought they were last year. So I'll put Bell in 4th. I'm going to put Byron in 3rd. I'm going to put Byron in 3rd. Because, yes, Byron can be more consistent than Larson, but Larson can be... If you're asking me for consistency, Byron has the capability to be more consistent than Larson. But even last year, Larson had more top 10s than Byron. He was consistently up front more than Byron. Well, yes, Byron won the regular season title. If you look at the full season standings, Larson was better. So I can't even say Byron's the most consistent guy at Hendrick. Funny enough, it's Larson, which everyone loves to clown on Larson for not being, you know, checkers or records, which is the opposite of consistency. But Larson is arguably the most consistent guy at Hendrick. So that leaves me with Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson. I think one of these guys will win the championship. I want to say Larson. He's got everything you need. He's consistent. He wins. He gets the job done. However, what did I say about Kyle Larson? Checkers or wreckers? I think at least twice in the playoffs, I think he'll have 2 DNFs in the playoffs. And you can get away with 1 DNF. Getting away with 2, you're asking for a lot. So, I think that's going to hurt Kyle Larson. which means I think that this year's champion is going to be Ryan Blaney. I like Blaney's speed. I like his long run ability. I like when the car is actually working. He will consistently run top 5 and compete for the win. I think Blaney also wants to kind of show, again, he's the lead guy at Ford. You know, you got a lot of mouths to feed at Chevrolet, which you got some mouths to feed at Ford, but everyone at Ford knows that their best chance to win a title is with the 12. I think Ryan Blaney, he has gotten a lot more consistent the last few years. He's now broken out of the 3-win margin. Now he won 4 last year. I think Ryan Blaney, with all that said, is going to be your 2026 NASCAR Cup Series champion. And I think Larson will finish 3rd. Byron will finish 4th and 3rd, and Bell will finish 4th. Funny enough, this is literally the 2023 Final Four. So this is how I think it'll play out. Blaney will win, Larson 2nd, Byron 3rd, Bell 4th, Elliott 5th, Briscoe 6th, Buescher 7th, Reddick 8th, Bubba 9th. I'll put Denny here. Now that we know who's going to be where, I think Denny will finish here. Reddick, Bubba, Logano, Chastain, and then everyone else here. So that is it, guys. That is my 2026 Chase predictions. What do you guys think? Do you think I hit it on the head? Or do you think I'm absolutely insane? What do you guys think? Again, I got Blaney winning the title, which will be funny considering how Penske just farmed the one race finale. Meanwhile, I think a Penske car is going to win the chase. What do you guys think? And admittedly, part of me doesn't want to seem like a homer with Kyle Larson winning back-to-back titles. We are 1 minute away. We are 1 minute away. I guess we should get started. Before we continue, yeah. So here we go, guys. Who I don't think will be close. Close Manel Cigar on the bubble, guaranteed, and your champion. And with that, I think it's time. I hope he's got this. I hope so. I'm a Larson fan. I hope so. All right. With all of that being said, y'all, let's crank up trading paints. I'm going to put y'all on a black screen for just a little bit. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Let me just make sure my iRacing doesn't need an update. Which I hope it doesn't. I was on here yesterday. Whew! I'm going to get used to all this talking, because I got to go down to Homestead next week. By the way, my birthday's next week, so I'm going to spend my birthday calling some racing down at Homestead. What better way to do it? And iRacing's taking... I thought my dog was doing something. Okay, why is iRacing taking forever to start? Let's try this again. Please wait. Loading initial data. I guess we'll stay on here in the meantime. I do not have... So here's what I'm going to do. In case you guys have any comments, I'm going to pull the stream up on my phone because my current setup is showing iRacing. Actually, no. Here, let me move this. If I can, if it'll let me. And it won't let me. Okay, iRacing is not cooperating. Usually never takes this long. iRacing, what's going on? What's going on, bud? Okay, we're gonna try this again. I really don't know why it's doing this. I probably should have had it open prior. Trading paints. All right. Welcome to iRacing. Let's give it we're going to give it a little bit of time. I'm going to give this a little bit of time. Well, this is awkward. I'd bring the dog. I'd be like, I bring the dog out, but yeah, he's sleeping. I'm not gonna bother him. iRacing, you never take this long to start up. Why are you taking forever to start up now? Okay, well, I was gonna wait it out then. Not like we really got a choice. There we go. Okay, just took a little long, but that's all right. We're gonna switch over to the, switch over here to the iRacing. If you guys want to know what my iRacing stuff is, well, you can't see it through here. Let's see if I can do this for you. Yep, that's as good as you're gonna get. C class. If you wonder why my iRating is so low, long story short, I crash a lot. Even though if you look here, why is iRacing just not loading anything today? Just in case it's my internet, I'm going to take it off on if my phone wants to function properly. I'm going to take it off my phone. Well, we don't got time, so let's go to my leagues. I'm guessing iRacing is just going to be a little bit slower than normal, so hey, that's all right. Week 5 of 13. That is a lot of laps. Truck Series. Sessions. Believe me, I don't enjoy just watching loading either. I'm going to hope that this isn't a full field. Because if it's a full field, usually means that there's guys here who know what they're doing. And when it comes to dirt, I don't know what I'm doing. I've seen most of these guys register. And then, yeah, we're going to have to switch on to here. All right. Oh, this is a heat race. Oh, boy. I'm not looking forward to this. Hey, Dash, CB, if y'all are there, go tell the Discord that I'm about to run dirt. I know a Raging Knuckles, if you're watching, get ready for entertainment. Ooh, okay. I am not looking forward to this. I have practice. I have been practicing. So, we'll see if my practice translates. See, I really should be here. If I didn't crash so much, I probably would be at 2,000. But I crash a lot, so unfortunately, I am not at 2,000. But that's okay. And, dirt track conditions, we'll see how it all is. We're all here for the glory shit. Let me get you guys on this side. Yep. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, it's in the day. 21-4. Oh. Okay. So, here we go. Welcome to Knoxville, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for making it. You are one of the lucky few to have made it in. We're going to have a 6-car race. Sadly, one of the other few that made it in our body fall. Grubs.
Levi, you will be wrecked tonight.
Hey, you got the turkey mask, bro. Hell yeah.
Inside. Clear inside.
Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to follow these guys, and we're just going to see what they do. so we... Okay, see, that's my problem. 1 and 2, I've kind of... Woo! Wait, where's Levi? Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. I am not looking forward to this at all. So, my best is a 22.4. They're in the, what are they at? A 21. Okay. Oh, God help me.
Oh, hey, just set the fastest lap. 21.37.
Hey, what setup are you guys doing? Like, steering ratio and that? Levi, if you tell me, I won't wreck you. Oh my God. You see? Oh, this is gonna be this is practice, mind you. Oh my. Bruh, can this truck stay still, please? You see, like, that's my thing. Like, I'm trying to correct it. And it's like, every time I do, it's like, nah, you're not going to correct. Get caught speeding? Yep. Oh, today's...
No, started the Norm Binning throwback. I don't know if it's actually that, but...
Hey, Levi, where are you?
Back straight.
Car 52, just set the fastest lap. 21.283. Low car up high, go low.
Oh, I can get a good lap. I can get a good lap. I can get a good lap. We got a good lap, boys. We got it. We got a good lap. We got a good lap. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one good lap here at Knoxville. And what does that put me overall? Last at all of them. But I think I can go faster. 11th. 12th. Okay. Why? Why do I have to be 12th? Here's the thing. I may be 12th, but I'm not that far off. Dash, I don't want to hear it. All right, we got one good lap. Baby steps, all right? You see what I mean? It's like the truck just doesn't want to. I hate the speed limit. It's 30 miles an hour.
Gavin, can you clear my back? Wait, no, it's fine.
Slow car down low. Car outside. Inside.
Yeah, screw it. Put me in the wall.
Clear. Clear inside.
Is there any dirt guys in the chat that can help me not suck? Okay, good. Okay. I was gonna go get in the third gear, fourth gear. All right. I'm confident I could break it. I'm confident I could get those tenths.
Car outside. Outside. Clear.
Hello! Hello!
Gavin!
Car inside.
Armani!
Clear.
So, that deal is still on, right?
Slow car again. Go low. You've got wheel damage.
I don't like this. I see enormous because I don't have.
Armani, speak to me.
Gavin, it's me.
Okay, there we go. Now I can hear you, man. Armani, where are you, fucking Ricky? Whoa!
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright, at least we're in the 21, so like at least we're within range. We're getting better. So basically it's run the bottom and then try to get a straight exit. And then get on the throttle as quickly as you can.
Hey, Armani.
Hey Gavin.
Hold on.
Inside. Clear.
Whee!
Car inside.
I'm just getting my audio set up, Armani. Please
Clear
tell me.
all around.
Hi Gavin. I'm looking for Levi Lipe.
Car outside. Clear high. Inside. Still there. Inside.
We're
Clear
fine,
inside.
guys. We're fine. Am I all the way up here where I shouldn't be? Maybe. Oh, shit! Oh, goodness. Oh!
Armani, speak to me.
Gavin!
Okay, perfect.
Gavin, I'm getting better.
Oh, really?
Well, one lap pace at least.
Yeah, because I'm noticing that you're fourth to lap.
Baby steps. Too much of it. Okay, yeah, so don't, so note to self, immediately don't just slam the throttle.
Car inside. Clear inside. Car stop down low. Go high.
Oh, damn it.
Car outside. Clear outside. Car stop here. Car stopped up high.
Okay, okay, okay. Relax, 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 relax. Don't hit anything. Okay. Go here. We're gonna look at some of these new cars. Connor, I'm going to borrow your cockpit. Is he shifting? Connor, that's not what I was looking for. Connor, you're not doing your job. Second. Okay. I'm just looking at SMT data, guys. Alright, and Connor just disappeared. Alright.
I was not kidding when he said that he's fast here. Holy shit.
Okay, so it looks like he's in third gear. We're going to try that. We're going to try that. That might be the key. But we're going to be a lot looser. This won't be a good one, but at this point, we just got to aim for consistency.
Sorry.
Car outside. Clear outside. Car stop down low. Slow car down low.
Woo! Don't the wall. Dang it.
This is,
And my dog just got up. Well, he's out of bed now. He's probably going to want to go get out of the room. Alright, we've studied the data. not going to be this lap.
Low car on right. Stay high to the car on the low side. Clear.
Oh, I am not looking forward to checkups, let me tell you.
Low road. Car inside. Clear inside. You're up top 3 wide. Clear all around. You're up top 3 wide. Clear.
You're not Levi, right?
Clear inside. Car inside. Clear.
Listen, we're not last. We're not last.
Right car ahead. Go high.
Aren't you a fucking retard?
Whoa.
Whoa!
High.
Whoa!
Thank you, Gavin.
Get indoors. Calm down, pussy lip.
Go high.
I wasn't talking to you, dick sucker.
Oh, yep, the dog is crying.
Oh, fuck my pussy lip.
Car stopped up high.
Whoa, hold on,
Car stopped down low. Go low. Slow car down low.
What are you guys doing back there? Get Jacob out of there. He is not supposed to be there.
Well, the car wants the dog wants to spin out. There's an old MJ2 voice chat. Alright, dog wants to get out, so we're about to qualify, so I'm actually gonna quickly go to the bathroom and let this dog out. So I'll be right back.
Hit a clip on.
Alright, so, hold up, let me get a little closer.
Alright, so when it comes to qualifying, we have 30 people here.
Okay, I'm back.
Unless we have somebody join literally last second, this is going to be the 30 people racing for tonight. So these I guess duels in this case. These heats are going to be basically just qualifying duels. So these qualifying that you guys are about to do, that's going to decide your starting lineup. Odds are going to be in the first heat, evens are going to be in the second heat. So you guys literally have nothing to race for. So I'm really hoping you guys realize in the heats you guys can really just be chill. Before we go green for the heats, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know that we are going to be handling the heats when it comes to penalty points in the same way that we do for the main race. So no funny business in the heat. Just because the heat doesn't change anything. So you guys have fun.
Can I piggyback off that, Gavin?
Gavin, I love you.
Thanks, Gavin.
First off, Dylan, no, we're divorced. You're not allowed to piggyback me anymore, baby. And as
Alright,
you,
I'm gonna watch
Jacob,
his.
you can come over and give
Second.
me anytime you want.
Third.
Alright, so
Four.
Baby Blue Chief, I do have a question. If it is the heat, what if we just all of us got 2 heats extra to get it out of our system?
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is this: is that if I see anything that makes me want to fucking kill myself, I'm just gonna kick you from the session. How about that?
That's our Gavin Gray.
I mean, like, hypothetically, what would make you want to kill yourself?
This conversation.
You don't want to do it. Oh.
I like to
And then I want your fat thunder talk.
Okay.
Joke's on you, I cut that off.
How do I mute this?
I'm trying to qualify with.
Into the dog.
Wait, Gavin, it says only 12 go from each seat and then only one from the population. So isn't it 5 people go home?
Unless Chris changed
Okay.
it.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
I was not expecting qualifying to not have a worn track.
All right, off to a great start, guys, in qualifying. I'm not looking forward to this. 21-2, goodness.
You can blame Chris for that, he set it up. Speaking of which, Trevor, you said that was a bug, right? So is it going to let everyone in, or is it just going to let, you know, only the first place guy get in?
All right, this is a wash. I am very tempted just to start in the back.
Alright, so according to Chris, he's taking a look at the settings right now. I guess that Rivers is right. So even though the rules are saying that only one makes it in, he had it to where all 38 possible cars that could race in this race make it into the consolation. So we should be okay, hopefully. If not, then crap. But I guess we'll find out.
Well, that was a baby lap.
Worst case
Then again,
scenario, we'll
I
make
just try
another
to
session,
survive.
have all of y'all go in, we'll just transfer the heat results.
I just try to survive. I'm gonna be real.
Our entries cut off after each start.
Well, probably would have been not much
I believe so. So I don't think anyone else is going to be let in after this. So we got 30. You guys are the 30.
I have to.
All right, well, we made the field.
Okay.
All right, chat. So this is the strategy. Since we're
What
starting
a
in the back
jump
anyway, we're
top
just gonna let
five.
everyone in
Holy
front of us die.
Guys, I out-qualified Michael Walls.
Golf girl.
Hey, wait a minute, Jordan.
Hey, so did I.
Qualifying.
There's only one. No, there's not. There's a heat 2. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, Chris!
2,824.
What did Chris do?
Even numbers. Stay in your pit box.
There are a lot of points on the table.
What did Chris do?
Start and get a good finish.
Who let this guy touch iRacing?
Woo! Yeah, I love one heat race. Let's get him going. Okay, so we're gonna skip the heat.
Oh boy, this is gonna be great.
Let's go.
Do caution laps count or no?
Well, I don't think we're doing the heat stuff. I think Chris is gonna just go to the main.
All right.
So it's actually not my fault. It's an iRacing thing where since we have because it's just what iRacing does. If there's not enough cars to allow a heat and stuff, it'll just put everybody in one heat because everybody makes the show anyways.
God, bro.
No, I'm gonna still blame you.
So yeah, this heat means nothing. Everybody's in the show. This is just iRacing being stupid. Everything is set up properly.
Well, I mean, is the finishing of this heat going to be the starting order? Like,
We're skipping the heat. Wait, are we not? Are we not? Are we doing the heat? Okay, I guess we're doing the heat. All right, good.
So yeah, it'll make the starting order. But
Welcome to
get the
Aska,
very
chat. Welcome to Aska, the Alliance Stock Car Association.
Yeah, I was gonna say do the heat so they wear the tracking because I'm pretty sure I have it carrying over from the heat.
Can we overthrow the totalitarian government? Anyways, you can't skip the heat, just so you know.
Oh, great.
for the bottom.
All right, chat. We're just gonna try not to
So
die.
this heat's going to be your starting spots here for the main race. So guys, same thing as I said before. You guys need to behave. Anything you do in the heat will impact your penalty points. So you guys need to be on your best behavior.
Alright, hope you guys are fighting for the bottom. Closed, pit road is closed.
Chat. We are just gonna try not to die. Chat. Like, I feel the truck sliding.
Be like an NR 2003 race where the only viable lane is the bottom.
Something you got something against NR?
Chat. We are.
I mean, it's realistic at least.
Back.
If we're not knocking the decks off these things by the end of the future up on the fence, we got a problem.
Hey, Lucas, who are you going to wreck in turn 1 like Dover?
It was before the race started, actually. Ready, going green.
Yeah, he's already made it farther than he did last week.
Is this on green? Is this on green? Is this on green?
I'm going to say yes. It's not exactly a restart zone.
All right, y'all.
Green, green, green.
All right, chat. Survive. The goal is to survive.
Outside. Still there, hold your line. Outside is clear. Still there, hold your line. Stay low. You're on the bottom.
Oh, chabatata!
Outside. Outside, clear. Car outside. One car up high. Clear outside. Go low. Go low. Caution, yellow flag. They want you.
Thank you, Dylan Fox.
Pit road is closed. You've got
I never touched you.
Letter 93. Car by. Jetstar.
Hey, just be aware, guys. I'm pretty sure these things have left front brakes only, so don't jam on your fucking brakes. You will spin out.
My freaking webcam failed midway through the first lap, so I just have a dangling webcam in the middle of
Well.
the screen.
It's just realistic. Just pull his hair off.
No, or when pace goes off.
All right, that's going to be a racing deal. 35 completely missed his line. 31 tried to avoid him by slamming on the brakes and spun himself. So that's going to be a racing deal between those two.
Well,
Yeah, Ryan. I was gonna say the fact that it's like dirt rules where it goes to the last lap is so annoying. Random question, and I'm asking for Kyle. Are we doing dirt like start rules where leader controls when the pace car's off, or are we waiting to green?
well, chat. We're off to a great start right now.
Just because of the fact that we can't even see the restart zone, and I don't know where it is, we're going to keep it on green. Just to keep it simple for this week.
Oh boy.
We're dangerous.
Oh yeah, single file restarts. I forgot about that.
Dirt racing is usually just the leader goes.
Right now.
Oh great, caution laps on cap. We're gonna be here forever. Auto yellow is crazy.
Yeah, Chris didn't. Yeah, found that out too.
Can we do this like a dirt race where we start at the top? It's probably the safest thing to do.
10-4 doing E-Tech start right now.
All right, single file restarts, and we're not.
Going green.
What the fuck?
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
Yeah,
Pit road
you
is
should.
now open.
Fox is updating their
The green got
graphics
disabled
for
for the
their
85.
map.
Just fun
Please, no
stuff.
more cartoons. Please, no
Fantastic.
cartoons,
All right, as I
Fox.
was saying, it's gonna be single file restart.
Closed. Pit road is closed.
So Remember, guys, you cannot pass until you get to the flag stand, so don't be peeking inside, don't be peeking outside, don't be trying to make any funny moves. Stay in line until you pass the flag stand. From there, you're free to race.
Gavin, that's kind of hard to do on a dirt track whenever you're...
Okay, I'm asking you to just chill the fuck out. That better?
What if, like, somebody just falls in front of me and I want to wreck them? Then can I step out of line?
No, because Gavin said I correct you.
Shut. You're gonna get it one of these days, Armani. It's coming.
And Ash, what I mean by that, I don't mean you to be exactly parallel. I just don't want you guys doing any funny business on a restart.
Wait, shouldn't we have just gone green?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Chat, help me.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, yeah, I can't do this. Oh, yep.
Armani, I mean this in the nicest possible way, but you do not have to be here.
Yeah, but I'm here anyway. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I am not good at this at all. No, 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 no. Damn it. This is...
Caution, yellow flag. They want you in
God
full
damn it.
time. Pit road is
I
closed.
hate dirt rules.
Half up 37. Car, half
Thanks
up
for stopping so we're
3.
talking.
Car, half up 98. Car, half up 98. Car.
All right, that's easy. That's going to be on Jacob Mitchell. He'll be sent to the rear.
Car, catch the pace car.
Where is the pace?
Let the pace car by.
I hate it.
Pit road is now open.
Bob car, where you at?
Well, I'm going to be starting last anyway, so...
What Ethan moves, that was a good one.
What the fuck?
I'm going to be starting last anyway, so...
I was getting talking over to you, but we gotta wait!
There's no positions to gain.
I'll have what he's having.
I didn't know you were stopping.
So I'm actually going to come into the pits.
Pit box in.
Alright,
5.
Plus, I'm pretty sure my damage is
Are we like
destroyed.
red flag?
1. Right here.
Technically.
Guys, just come to a stop. Wait for the pace truck.
This is terrible. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Bear with me, y'all.
Red
Bear
flag,
with me.
stop on deck.
Gonna do this. There. What do you mean too far right? Alright. There.
I got so caught off whatever the
There we
only
go.
right side brake, and it just turns whenever you brake.
This is awful.
If I
Oh.
go avoid a crash and I spin out but don't hit anything, is that a penalty point?
Again, I'm going to be more lenient towards this stuff this time around. All right? And what the fuck are you two doing? Hold on.
Alright, y'all. In the meantime, let's see what everyone else is
Guys,
doing.
it's the fucking heat. What are we doing?
Let's look at the front of the field right now. So, Kyle Turksack, while my truck is getting repaired.
I'm getting sent to the back as far as I know, so...
Oh, Chad, how are we feeling about this? How are we feeling about this? Oh, here's my dog.
Yeah,
Hi,
I
dog.
forgot to...
You're already second to last.
Because I went there on my own volition.
Green, green,
Good boy.
green.
Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea what's going on here. It's glorious. You see, I could hang kind of with the pack, the back of the pack, but then once that damage and like I lost it, it was over. Alright, we need to stay with the driver. We'll go with Hyder. Hyder's good. Oh, we got a nice little battle for the lead possibly heating up. I don't know what's going. I don't know why it's doing this. What's the damage looking like? 2 minutes of repairs. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not gonna come
Nico,
out
my spotter never said Carlo.
because I'm multiple laps down now. There's really no point. I have 5 damage. I have 5 minutes worth of repairs. I'm not doing. I wasn't gonna make anything as is. Yeah, maybe we could get away with it because of dirt.
Taking the lead.
Probably get away with it because of dirt, but still. Like for. He's like, what happened? Oh, I suck at dirt. That's what happened.
Dylan, you suck, dude.
Alright, we need to find someone. Focus on the leader.
Carlo. Yeah, you.
Same car.
Please don't kill me, Micah.
I'm not trying.
Okay, so Chad, this is my third start of the season, alright? All 3 tracks I've never been at before. Mexico Oval, I didn't even know that existed on iRacing. Pocono, never been at before. I've won there since. And here, again, never raced on dirt.
Why, bud?
Side by side for the lead. Yeah, so I gotta remember the strategy of me letting everyone else die requires that I don't die too.
That was fun.
GG's.
That was fun, Connor.
What the fuck are you? Jesus fuck.
You're mad over, you know, accidental contact, but it's the heat race.
You drove on the racetrack into like an idiot, dude. You can't control yourself.
You're an idiot every week. Shut the fuck up.
Ethan, chill out.
Alright, there's checkered flag.
Alright.
Okay, we'll get
Did I finish last?
Barrel rolled over the. What the hell was
I didn't
that?
finish last. 11 laps down.
Connor, that shit was hilarious. I had to run. I lifted.
That's it, go.
All right, main race time. You guys have a 5-minute warm-up to get ready. I do want to go ahead and go over a few things. First off, when it comes to caution procedure, I would say normally it's on me, but it appears Chris forgot to turn off auto yellows. So I will attempt to bring out the yellows as quick as possible, but when it comes to that, it seems like iRacing is going to play a part here tonight. So, yeah, I love that. But aside from that, I do want to remind everybody, especially considering that bullshit I just saw with Ethan right-hooking Nico for some reason for like 20th. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but anything that you guys do here tonight will be going towards your penalty points. I don't care that it's a dirt track. I will be allowing a lot of contact, which you guys have clearly displayed. So any blatant just dumping of other drivers is going to be a penalty point, like normal. So the expectation is all the same. And then obviously when it comes to whatever the hell we have with pacing, it's going to be single file here tonight. So it is going to be on the green flag, just because I want to keep it simple. I don't want to really try anything funny.
Connor!
Yeah, we'll keep it green just for sake. But when it comes to that, there isn't really anything much different compared to before. Cup drivers, remember you guys are here to fill a field, not to be a hero. So if you guys do anything funny here tonight, as I think it was Derek Shaver proved last week, you can get suspended for stuff you do down here in truck. So make sure that you guys raise respect, especially around the truck guys. And do we have any questions before we get started? Because I'm going to be real with you, I'm learning way too much stuff now. That if you guys have any questions, I'd like to hear it.
I'm not getting anything from my phone. Just looking after the line, right?
If it was after the line, after the race is over, then no, I don't care what you do after the line. Good question, we'll find out together.
Is there a choose code?
No, single file.
Mitchell, they didn't count the heat, so I would have
Well,
actually
let this
dealt
guy
with it.
go. Alright, I guess he sucks just as much as I do.
Would there be like a 0.5 call?
Alright, so if you guys have noticed, I'm changing the way I'm holding the wheel. That way I'm putting my left hand on the bottom. There's a okay.
Too crazy. So like that contact between you and Dylan, I'm gonna let go. Again, I'll be lenient to an extent, but blatant just dumb driving, that's gonna be my fault.
Okay, I feel more stable. Oh shit. What we get here? Okay. So, strategy. Alright, this is my strategy. I'm gonna go to the bathroom again real quick because I gotta pee. So, I have...
Okay, so according to Chris... Oh, 1 second.
Important information. Okay, so I got my right hand on the normal part of the steering wheel, and I got my left hand.
So when it comes to your guys' questions, first off, according to Chris, caution laps will count here in the main, and it seems like iRacing cautions is only for the heats. I guess we'll find out together, but if that's the case, then our rules, cautions will continue to apply. If cars are off the racing line, we can continue to race without it negatively impacting the run, then I'll try to keep it green, but if we get to a point where cars are dangerous to the racing surface,
Okay,
then
but yeah,
I'll bring out a yellow.
let me go to the bathroom. And then I'll explain it. Because I got a
I'm
50
going to say this before somebody gets mad at me. I am the only official here tonight, so I'm going to try to pay attention to everything, but if I miss some by a few seconds, that's probably why. So if anything stupid happens, just say something in the voice chat and I'll take a look at it.
Hey, at least it's a small track, and not like Pocono.
Yeah, thank God. Ugh.
My last question, is there like any penalty for Ethan Moses for play hooking?
Yeah, there will be. Yeah, he just straight up just straight hooked the fuck out of Nico for no reason. So, yeah.
I was not trying to hook him.
I know you weren't trying to hook him,
Unfortunately,
but,
I
like,
can't right now. He's
dude,
literally grounded.
that was
What
really
flight?
bad.
You want to say hi? Oh,
He was in the way of the flight path.
you want to say hi to the people in the chat?
He didn't say hi, Mikey.
Honestly, just send it
Okay.
to you. Back to
Yeah, my dog is he's begging
no,
to
no,
do
no, no, no,
for
no.
me to do
You'll
something.
start where you finish. It's okay.
All right,
Is
so
anyone
guys,
else
so
running the
again,
2 a.m.
so this is
Daytona
what I've been
24?
doing. So I'm going to have my right hand here, and I'm going to have the left hand here. That way, when I got to
think you're just killing
turn,
yourself
I'm
at
not
that point.
stuck, and I got more wiggle room.
Gavin, if that's honestly the case, just send me to the EOL, honestly, if that's what you believe, because I was not trying to hook him.
I need you guys to not wreck, because I have to drive for 24 hours in like an hour here.
The estimated SOF is...
Oh, Gavin, punish me now, not later, please.
Alright, boys,
There are a lot
let's
of
say a
points on
prayer
the
and
table.
good luck.
Uh,
Get a good
You see,
finish.
my dog picks the worst times to want to go out. Literally, he ate, right? And he spent, we spent like over half an hour outside waiting for him to do his business. He didn't do it.
You gotta check flag.
So I'm gonna hope and pray he doesn't do his business in the middle of this race, or I just wreck early and then I can go take him out.
He's but a joke. Shut up.
Kamui, what are you doing? Oh, he's licking my pedals. Yeah, that's another thing. He likes to lick my pedals.
Drunk. I think we need a breathalyzer.
Why? I don't know. All right, y'all. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Adu badu be badu bye badu be badu bye badu be badu bye.
Restarts will be on green. Remember, guys, try to not go side by side unless, with the row in front of you until you pass the flag stand. And then when we go single file, same thing. Don't go side by side before the flag stand.
You'll be lining up on the inside. Close, pit road is closed.
I'm willing just to sit back. The problem is because I'm probably going to be so slow, I got to make sure.
Point, get slow, point, 2 points.
We're gonna be midnight on 20.
Hi, Connor.
One left to green.
Hey Connor, what's your thoughts and opinions about Steven Wilson?
I couldn't hear anything you said. I was just really yelling at me.
What's your thoughts and opinions about Steven Wilson?
He's a fucking sweat. Why is that with college dudes?
Glad we're on the same page.
All right, guys, here we go. Let's hope and pray we don't die.
Car outside. Still there, hold your line.
It's lap one.
I'm trying to run a bit good.
Lap one.
Oh, it's trying to use up there, Connor, sir. Or Kyle.
I'm heading to pit road. I'm trying to. Well,
Pit box in 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here. All the damage is repairable.
Thought was gonna clear that, I'm sorry.
well, let's just take a look at this. Like, I literally laying back. And then I can't see him as well because the 81 is essentially blocking my view. So by the time he starts spinning out, like, the 81's blocking my view. By the time I see him, it's too late. Well, that sucks. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Well, my dog is probably happy. That means that I could go take care of whatever he needs. But yeah, I guess that's gonna. Sorry, another short stream because that is now. I've been taken out of 3 races. So, F and D. But that sucks. I was actually kind of looking forward to that. Let's see. Let's see when the next race is. Because, like, there's a... So, you may think I suck at iRacing, which, fair enough. However, let's just take a look at this, right? So, I ran Mexico, right? Never ran there before. This is the ASCA schedule. Vegas, I didn't run. I was busy. Pocono, never ran there before. Dover, don't talk about that. Knoxville, obviously. Charlotte, I'm going to be good at. I'm really good at Charlotte. I'm good at Charlotte. Never ran The Rock. Never ran Indy. Michigan, I'm good at. Basically, most of these tracks I ran at. But Charlotte, I should be competitive. If Assuming I don't get taken out. But yeah, that's going to do it for this stream, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry for, once again, a kind of lackluster ending. You know, when you get taken out every time, you know, it's getting annoying at this point. But before I go, guys, please like this stream, subscribe to the Daily Downforce YouTube channel. That will help me out a ton. Check out dailydownforce.com for all sorts of great content over there. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next stream. Don't know if I'm going to have one this coming week. Probably not, because I'll be announcing that at Homestead. If not, we'll be back on January 30th for Charlotte. See you then.